Hey y'all, it's Laura and welcome back to another process video. This is using my Secret Not Secret Kit Club kit and stash that I've added to it for November. I have purposely asked for non-Christmas themed things because I'm spending a lot of time scrapping Christmas in my December daily, which is a 6x8 mini album that is documenting my everyday life and all of our holiday traditions for December. And if you'd like to check that out, we're doing that live every single Friday in December, except for Christmas Day, of course. We'll do it on Saturday that week, but every other Friday we will be here scrapping, and they have been epic lives of at least 2 hours, closer to 3, and having a blast. So for this particular layout, I'm trying something a little bit different, something I haven't done in a while, and tracing a template that I've created using a bowl onto some chipboard, so I have a nice big circle in the background. I've also cut my photo into a circle because I want to nestle it just here on the bottom right side of the layout. Now this was greatly inspired by a Chamel layout that she did not too long ago that was sticker crazy, and I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I've been wanting to try it since I saw her post it several weeks ago. Be sure to check out her Instagram if you want to see the original. I will try to remember to link it for you below so you can quick go and see her version, but the idea here is to use up old sticker sheets. I don't know about y'all, but I have a ton of old sticker sheets sitting in my stash, just sitting there, not doing anything fun, just sitting there. And some of them have some tricky icons on them, and I hesitate to pull them out because I know those tricky icons will trip me up a little bit. But with this style of layout, you can put any icons onto this background and it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference what they represent. If they have anything to do with your photo or not, it doesn't matter because you're using them en masse. And what that means is in a large quantity. And when you use stickers in a large quantity, you get the overall view of them, the colors of them, and less of the actual shapes or icons or themes. So in this case, I am mixing up all kinds of sticker sheets. I have some Maggie Holmes, I have some Elle Studio, I have some Pretty Little Studio. I have just several different sticker sheets from this kit that I really want to make a dent in, especially these ones from Maggie Holmes, which I've had sitting around for quite a while. They're from Willow Lane, which is a beautiful collection, but I don't have any of the papers from because I didn't really like the papers. I really like the embellishments, however, and have tied them in beautifully with this kit. So these Elle Studio stickers, these are puffy stickers, have kind of stumped me for a while. They're a bit cartoonish, and I don't normally go for that style, but I love the colors on them. And I accidentally bought 2 packs, so I really wanted to make a dent in at least one of those packs in this kit. And so far, I haven't opened them to reach for them once, not one time. And so I thought to myself, we need to make a dent in this pack. We need to really go crazy and do a sticker crazy layout and use up this pack. I'll hoard the other one for a while, but this one needs to have some damage done to it. I also have this little sticker sheet from Rosie's Studio, which came with the Secret Not Secret kit. I have the Vacay collection from Rosie's Studio as the basis for this kit, and it has a lot of travel themed items. Now, my family doesn't do a lot of real traveling, not as a whole family. It's just not feasible when you have 5 kids. It's very expensive. But my kids do get to participate in activities like camping with scouts, and this was one such event where my oldest daughter was going on a camping trip to Dismal's Canyon, which I believe is in Alabama, and I was so excited to use a lot of travel themed things on here that I even put the Eiffel Tower into the mix. Why? Just for fun, just to get it used, because isn't it better to get them onto a page than to throw them away or have them sitting in your stash for some magical trip to Paris you may never take? I mean, in my mind, that just makes so much more sense. Now, this particular sticker sheet is from Pretty Little Studio, and I've been trying to use this one up for at least 2 kits, and I've decided I am going to smash this one. I think you actually saw yesterday's video that I did finish it off, but in this video, I used up all the last little pieces except for those yellow ones and that one green one. I don't know, I don't like that shade of green, and I think I ended up tossing it. But I'm sticking to spring colors, kind of bright and floral and butterflies, and I think because I really stuck to that color scheme and I didn't get into really dark colors, I didn't get into heavy oranges or fall colors, it's really limited color palette. It doesn't feel like it because there's a lot of color on this page, but they're all related. And because of that, and because I spread them out pretty well around the circle, I'm able to make it work, even though they're so bright and colorful. Now, if you would prefer to limit your color scheme a little bit more, maybe just do pinks and reds, maybe just do cool colors like blues and greens, that would absolutely work as well. Now, I didn't want to limit myself quite that much, and I did want to add a little bit of color to this background because it is on white cardstock. So I'm trying to be very careful to meet the line all the way around so that when I erase it at the end, it will still have the shape of the circle created by the stickers. But I'm also trying to mix up the colors so I don't have too much of one color in one area, and I want to intersperse some gold as well. Gold is a brilliant neutral. It is great for breaking up blocks of color that are a little intense because it has its own little bit of sparkle that's a little bit different, but also still a lot of fun. I was hoping to get some of those black definition stickers on here, but I think they would have drawn way too much attention to themselves, so I chose these black clear stickers instead. This is another great way to use up clear stickers. Because I'm using a white cardstock background, they show through as if they're stamped. And I love that effect. I ended up putting a couple of them on my photo directly, and I really love the way that that looked. And it's stamping without having to fight with the ink, which is always the bit I always concern myself with is, am I going to make a giant mistake after I've already put in a lot of time, energy, and supplies into a layout and mess it up? Now, I will pick up and move a couple of these around just to make things fit in better, but I would recommend as much as possible just to go with it. Just kind of, oh, this fits here, put it down. This fits here, put it down. And just worry about filling the gaps and not so much about perfection. So if you get caught up with trying to make it perfect, you're going to make yourself crazy because that's not the kind of layout this is. This is very much a let go and sticker. Just sticker your little heart out because let me tell you, that is so cathartic. It is so relieving of that stress to just go sticker mad. I had the most fun with this. I was chatting along with the ladies in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club for their crop last weekend, and this was my challenge for them, is to use a whole bunch of stickers on a background. And I told them, dig deep. Go deep into your stash, find those stickers that you've been hoarding and you haven't even opened the pack, and just use them en masse in big quantities as a statement on your background. It is so much fun, and I still get to enjoy these stickers. They're not being wasted. I'm not throwing them away. I'm not even punching them into shapes. I'm using them just as they are in a large cluster, and I love the way this comes out. This one may even go up on my gallery wall for a little while because I really enjoy it. I think one of my favorite parts of this layout is that I was able to include several circle elements inside of the main circle, like that wreath next to my photo that has a partial subtitle, if you will. I think the cute ends up being the main title just because it's biggest, but that little subtitle up there in the wreath is a beautiful addition of a circle inside of the circle. And then I come in and do some journaling as well. I added a ton of journaling onto this layout, and just because I think you may be curious, where did I put a ton of journaling on this layout? You'll have to wait and see. It was a lot of fun to do. You might have seen it in the thumbnail though. So I am playing around with these as much as possible. I really wanted to make a big dent in these puffy stickers in particular. That was my main goal here, is I wanted to make a dent in these sticker packs. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that you could motivate yourself to do this type of en masse layout? It wouldn't have to be stickers. It could be something that you have a lot of in your stash. For example, wood veneer or cork, or ephemera, or alphabets. Maybe that'll be the next one that I try, because I have a ton of like partially used alphabets that I maybe could spell another word or two on, but the rest would just be used as dimensional underneath of photos, most likely. I did pull in this piece of epoxy flare from Scrap and Happy Studio because I loved the yellow was the perfect color to bring in more of that butterfly's bold yellow. There wasn't a ton of yellow on this, and I felt like if I've got this giant yellow butterfly, I should have something else that has an equal balance of yellow close to my photo, and that way it's not drawing too much attention away from my heavily neutral photo. So this has a nice little arrow pointing straight into my photo, which will help pull your attention in as well. I'm going to add some smaller clear stickers here just to help fill in a few tricky spaces. But the final tip for finishing this one off is the always important scattering and splattering. That's right, bringing in those tiny details to fill in those last few gaps. Now you don't have to fill every single square inch of that circle. That's not necessary. You can just come in with some teeny tiny little bits and pieces to fill in the larger gaps and allow the little bit of white space that's left to flourish. Now I'm adding a lot of these teeny tiny little stickers where I see the bigger gaps, and then to fill in the smaller gaps I will use some Nuvo. And I ended up breaking out my Nuvo, I believe in both gold and black, just for a little bit of stark contrast to all of this bright color. And I was so impressed with myself for getting so many of these travel themed icons used, because that is honestly the hardest theme for me to work with, simply because we just don't travel. The kids go camping, that's about it. 2020 was supposed to be my year of traveling, and everything got canceled. Because of course it did, right? And so I still have hope for 2021, though I have a feeling if it happens, it'll be later in the year. I am excited though to do a little bit of traveling next year, hopefully, and maybe even going to Walt Disney World. I have been told that might happen. So fingers crossed, because can you imagine scrapping Walt Disney World photos? Oh, I may be more excited about that part than actually going. So here I come in with the Nuvo in gold. Maybe I just used gold. I thought I used black as well. My gold is giving me a hard time. I think it's not running completely out. It's about a quarter full, but it does seem to be kind of plugged up. So I need to kind of mess around with the nozzle a bit and see if I can force it to behave itself and get the rest of it out, because I'm not going to waste any of that gold Nuvo. It's the one I reach for most often. Love, love, love it. I actually didn't do any ink splattering on this one because I really wanted to keep it in tight inside of the circle, and I end up adding this beautiful paper in the background as a border. Until next time, bye!